The people have been asking for Super Saiyan 4 in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 for eons, but now Bandai Namco Dimps has no choice but to put in with the newest reveal of Super Saiyan 4 in Dragon Ball Daima. The form is too important to ignore now. They can no longer use the excuse of it not being a priority or not canon, therefore they don't need to add it. This is the canon version of Super Saiyan 4, and it's a perfect addition to add to Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 final Future Saga DLC pack, which would be DLC Chapter 4. Hello everyone, it's me again, Steve Dojo here, back some more Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, and this time on Xenoverse 2 we're going to be talking about finally a new transformation that's actually relevant enough to add to Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. I actually want to know, what stats do you think this form would actually have when it gets added to the game? And let me know what body parts you think it'll change. I think it'll probably just change the hair and the chest, since that's the main thing you need to do for a Super Saiyan 4 form. You can keep the arms and the legs and the shoes. I just think it'll change the head and the chest, but I'm not sure what stats it would give. Maybe it'd give like perfect key control or like health regen, or maybe maybe finally a new moveset, huh? Maybe something cool like that, kind of like what Beast did, and even UI gave us some moveset changes. Maybe this will give us a full moveset change. What do you think about that? Now, for the longest time, everyone and their grandma has been asking for Super Saiyan 4 to be added as a form in Xenoverse 2. Even when we finally got Saiyan tails, even though they didn't move, and we got the Super Saiyan 4 cosmetics, we thought, eventually, surely we'll get it. We did not get Super Saiyan 4. In fact, you know what? They added Ultra Instinct and Beast before they added Super Saiyan 4. It became very obvious that they didn't even want to do Super Saiyan 4 as a transformation, but now they pretty much don't have a choice. It's the newest form in Dragon Ball Daima, the newest Dragon Ball form in general, and just like Ultra Instinct and Beast, it's probably gonna get, reserved to just the series it was shown in until future Dragon Ball media develops it, which means if Xenoverse 2 wants to cash in, or at least get people playing their newest DLC packs, they now finally have to add the form, the same way they added Super Saiyan God when DBS Broly was out, because Super Saiyan God was the more relevant form to add now, the same way they added Blue Evolution, the same way they added Beast for the new movie, same way they added Ultra Instinct when they finally had to, because the Dragon Ball Super manga was expanding on Ultra Instinct, and they were like, okay, there's stuff here, let's actually do something with the Ultra Instinct transformation, right? This is a huge thing, because again, we've been asking for Super Saiyan 4 for ages, but now finally it's within grasp, and now we don't even know what buffs it's going to have, because the buffs for transformations are so diverse, there's no idea what this is actually going to do. But here's one theory I have. It's going to 100% have a counterattack. If you guys have seen the newest episode, it's 100% going to have a counterattack. Maybe it's going to be like Ultra Instinct, where you could trigger it before you get hit, but most likely it'll be something you could trigger after you get hit. Again, you guys let me know what you think in the comment section down below about what buffs you might think Super Saiyan 4 would have, or how many features you think it should change. Again, I think it should probably only affect the character's hair and their chest. I imagine the only thing they would need to do is give you the Super Saiyan God hair, since the color of the hair in the anime is very, very close to Super Saiyan God. They don't need to give you the Super Saiyan God hair, which is already an asset in the game, the Super Saiyan God eyes, which is also already an asset in the game, and then change your body to a Super Saiyan 4-esque body. I say esque body because the one in Daima clearly takes some Demon Realm patterns into account, with the fur kind of spiking inwards towards Goku's chest in the middle section. It's not exactly like the one in GT, it is very slightly different, and I know Bandai Namco Dimps can be quite lazy when it comes to Xenoverse 2, but I think they'll take something that small into account, since that is a huge part of the design overall. And, effective marketing would be to actually show the thing the way it looks in the series and how it looks in the game. So I think all they have to do is change the hair and the chest. Now, people could say, what about the bigger arms? I think they'll just leave the bigger arms, but you guys let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I think bigger arms is probably too much effort for Bandai Namco Dimps. I genuinely think increasing their proportions might actually be too much effort for them, but it's funny. It's so funny to say that, but that's how little faith I have in them actually putting in like that much work for something like that. However, for the skills though, I think 100% definitely we're going to get skills that have to do with what Goku used in the anime. We'll probably get a counter Kamehameha, but I feel like they'll add a counterattack naturally to it already. It'll probably have a buffed version of Super Saiyan 3 stat-wise though. Super Saiyan 3 has the second highest defense in the game. Blue Evolution does have the highest in the game. And Blue Evolution, it's kind of hard to make a transformation stronger than that, so I don't imagine the new Super Saiyan 4 will probably have a higher damage reduction, but maybe you'll have like better control over your ki, right? Since when Goku gets in the anime, it doesn't look like the form has any downsides whatsoever. It doesn't have the strain of Super Saiyan 3. It seems like it can handle it pretty easily after just only getting it. Probably part of the Demon Realm power, but either way, that's very convenient for a transformation in a video game, because that means no downsides, aka probably potentially new best transformation in the game, or at least very usable. You don't want anything that has too many obvious downsides like Ultra Instinct, because then it ends up being bad in a video game. Video games like to see the weaknesses of something and go, oh hell yeah. They don't ever like to look at the strengths. They just look at the weaknesses and go, oh hell yeah, and they get very carried away. So it's nice to see that there's no apparent downsides to the Super Saiyan 4 thing. In the anime, at least, other than the fact that Goku won't be able to use it outside of the Demon Realm, maybe. But in a video game, hell yeah! Now, the reason I keep saying that this will most likely be a Future Saga DLC 4 thing is that the transformation only literally just got revealed, and we know Xenoverse 2 has kind of been notoriously slow when it comes to adding content, so I don't expect it to be DLC free. They've probably already got the DLC free characters and stuff planned out. Well, actually, let's be honest, they don't have them planned out, okay? But they probably have a bunch of unfinished models, and they're doing their best to quickly wrap them up and see which one they could sell. And most likely they don't have the newest form. While Xenoverse 2 was extremely quick with Ultra Instinct, again, we saw Ultra Instinct in Xenoverse 2 before we even saw it in the anime, for God's sakes. They were not the same. They were not similarly quick with Beast, you know. So the movie came out and then we got Beast maybe 6 months later in a video game. Like, Christ Almighty. So yeah, that's very slow, especially when you consider when the Japanese would have watched the movie as well. And I don't expect the same for Daima. I don't expect Daima to get its DLC really, really quickly, especially for the latest character revealed in Daima, for God's sakes, or the latest character form revealed in Daima. So, yeah, probably DLC 4, not DLC 3. Very tragic, but DLC 3 will have some characters to keep us insane. I imagine, though, knowing Xenoverse 2, we'll get one Ultra Super Villain because they cannot help it. And then we'll maybe get 2 Daima characters. Maybe Daima Vegeta, if I go Super Saiyan 3 as his only transformation. Or maybe he'll just be in Super Saiyan 3 to start off with. Maybe Majin Ku or Do. Maybe. I have to say maybe because it's Xenoverse 2, so I can't even tell. But it'll always be the minimum, right? So I imagine it will just be probably Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. And then Majin Do. And they probably won't update Daima Goku to have Super Saiyan because, you know, it's just too much effort. So they just won't do it. A few extra things I guess I could mention with the form is how it'll probably have a really long transformation animation. Because I'm not saying the animation in the show is that long. But like, you know, Xenoverse 2 recently can't help themselves. They've always wanted to make the transformations flashier and flashier. And now that we have the flashiest versions of transformations, they're becoming too long. And they're so long that they're actually like just bad, right? The length of the transformations are so long that you can usually get your god broken and then just die right away just because you wanted to enter a higher stage. And in a Dragon Ball game, dying just because you wanted to transform is kind of crazy. And the fact that this can happen very frequently as well, it's just sad. So, you know, I'm hoping the transformation animation isn't too long. Hopefully there's like a sped up version of it in the later Daima episode after, you know, whatever wish gets granted by Shenron that most likely returns Goku to an adult again. Maybe there's a quicker version of the transformation where Goku quickly releases it upon Goma. And like, you know, we could see how there's a faster version of it. But for now, I hope the animation isn't too long. Other things I hope with the transformation, honestly, I hope the transformation is just like good. I hope it does have good stats. Again, you can still use a transformation that doesn't have the best stats in Xenoverse 2, or even some stats that might not be desirable, like Pure Form has a lot of stats that people don't really find desirable, but it's still a good form, you know? Speaking of good forms, actually, it seems like the universal transformations aren't very good in general, and I wanted to say this now. There's a chance that Super Saiyan 4 could still end up being a universal transformation. Now, it kind of depends on what the name of the transformation is, or if there's any explanation from Neva just saying, I just brought out your race's latent potential ability. That's all I did. It's not like it's a new Super Saiyan form. It's just like a weird latent potential unlocked kind of esque power. We don't know yet for sure because we haven't got the explanation for it, but this could still end up being a universal transformation if it is just like a power unleashed state. Again, we got Beast and Ultra Instinct for all races, even though Beast is supposed to give you the massive hair, right? For other races, it just doesn't give them the massive hair. It does change their facial features and their head features sometimes to be like the default one, which is just really unfortunate. But it's a universal transformation despite the fact that a Saiyan is the one that's seen using it. Now, the only reason I think, honestly, why the Super Saiyan 4 form wouldn't be universal is for the very obvious reason that it looks like Super Saiyan 4 and therefore it's a Super Saiyan form and therefore it should be for Saiyans. Also, the monkey tail. Kind of hard to justify putting a monkey tail on a Namekian or just saying, no, Namekian doesn't get a tail or something like that, right? I don't know. I feel like it's probably going to be a Saiyan only form, which, you know, increases the chances that it's a good form because Beast and Ultra Instinct kind of suffer because they have to go in every race and be good with every race's stats as well. But Super Saiyan 4, if it's not universal, they can just focus on making it purely like good for Saiyans, which just means like lots of damage for the most part. Yeah, and that's it. So yeah, I cannot wait to see how that turns out when they do eventually add it in Super Saiyan, or at least in Future Saga DLC 4. Because, you know, there's no more transformations at Xenoverse 2, and the best way to wrap up Xenoverse 2's final DLC would be to put the newest transformation in as that transformation is coming out of Dragon Ball Daima. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. Can't wait to see that, and I think that's probably a great place to end the video. Again, you guys let me know what you think in the comment section down below always about this, and I will see you guys all next time. How about that? All right. So I do love you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, obviously, again, please leave a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe to greatly support the channel, and I'll see you all next time. How about that, huh? All right. Take care and peace.